Hi, chat.
Whack. Clothesline. Clothesline with the tail.
So just so you know, chat, this is not the meeting that I was talking about before. The meeting I was talking about before is on Friday, apparently. Friday night. So, we will not be staying up tonight. I did not have to take a nap. That will be tomorrow when I have to take a nap. However, because I have to go to the doctor, I have a 3-day weekend. So, yeah.
Damn right what happened.
Is that the Spy Hunter DT?
Oh no!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It would just make her fucking psychotic!
You know what? I'm gonna go with the piano.
He's also
I have had food. I have had hydrate. I actually have had a lot of hydrate.
I'm going in.
I can vouch for myself and my work friend because we both had a fuckload of water today. Hi, Everest.
Oh, hey! How you doing?
Are you stressed? You look stressed.
Huh? Oh no, I'm so much better now.
I feel like some. You guys don't.
I was stressed yesterday, like a lot. Huh? Oh my eyes.
You smell like stressed. Stop RGB gamering. Stop that. Don't RGB game. No, they were. I just think that you look stressed. Maybe because you're constantly stressed.
Look, I was.
I am projecting.
I had a good night with Snow.
Ew. That's disgusting. I don't need to know that.
Look,
I don't know. I don't know if he said what.
Oh, we're over there.
Do I have to clock in? Or am I good?
But you should be good.
I would rather not. Oh, no, morning work. What you doing back here?
Drink as well. I was getting the boss to drink.
Yeah. Can I grab a fake nightmare? Fake nightmare sounds good. Sure. Yeah.
You need a bucket of water, Cord?
What?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'm asking for a bucket of water.
Yeah, I'll sit in it.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
What was the comment you were about to make?
Come to the. I'll pass that. I had a drink earlier.
I knew we'd have to clock in. You know, I always clock in, but I never clock out. Does it just auto? Thank you. Thank you. Does that work for you? Is that all you wanted?
Is it very metallic?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm not a big fan of the water here. I don't know. It just doesn't taste right.
Well, it might be Zephyra water.
It might be that it's in a metal bucket.
I don't know.
It also could be that it's in a metal bucket.
Possibly.
Can I have my hand number?
Like even the glass.
Okay, I know my shoulders still hurt, but can I have it? Okay. I guess not.
Oh, I guess we could start with the easy stuff. Is the well, I guess she doesn't know a lot, but in Cord do. The update. Well, what he spoke about yesterday about the device is I don't think Cordelia got the full rundown.
I got some of it.
Okay, so well, updates on the machine at the Mirac in general. So firstly, it's failing. That's the first thing, which isn't good. It needs an unknown isotope of Ethereum within it. We don't know what that is yet, so we're working on that. But for now, we don't have fucking scratch. It is down to, let me check here, 45%, gonna be 44% here in about 2 hours likely. Efficiency. Yesterday was at 48, so yeah. Not very good. Working on it. Not very good.
I mean,
Uh,
getting Ethereum can't be that hard in this economy.
No, definitely not. And the problem is that if it was just a standard Ethereum crystal, which is what we've been loading it with, it would be fine and dandy and we wouldn't have any problem. Problem is that it's some kind of Ethereum, isotope of Ethereum specifically. One
Okay,
that probably doesn't exist.
for someone who doesn't have a brain, what is an isotope?
It's just slight variations on the original element 115. That's what Ethereum is.
Is it? Could it possibly be primal Ethereum that we need?
That's what I potentially thought. But given what happened when I tried to siphon from the Primal Orda, or the Apex Orda on Tuesday, I don't believe so. I don't even think an APCU can handle that. So I think if we were to shove that into a machine and try to do anything with it, it would create another ground zero. I think it would just open a portal straight to the Dark Aether.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, and I would like to keep the meat rack intact, ideally.
Yeah, not create another opening where they could murder everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Basically, yeah.
Is there a possibility of making another neutralizer? Or is that not possible?
We could, potentially. Problem is again, no proper fuel. And, additionally, we don't have exact blueprints right now. The creator of it, Xavier, is missing right now. MIA. He's not been around for a bit. Now, his hive mind, at least he's a corpo, so he's got a hive mind that does all of his work for him and maintenance and whatnot, and so they believe that they could probably put something together. But currently, Hive, I call him Hive for short, Hive and I are trying to work together on the isotope thing, so that's where most of his resources are delegated right now.
Okay.
And Scaly probably is going to be working on it here soon as well, as defining an isotope. Because what we want is a proper fuel source. Now, to synthesize it, that's going to be difficult. So, it's going to take a lot of knocking, what we really need is I believe that we might need to go to the old facility on Planet 724, which is from where this all originated from, basically. Down in the basement of the old facility, where it was actually stationed, there is a particle accelerator. Might need to access that if that's not too damaged. There's potentially something down there. Though getting down there, though, is going to be a task in itself. It is very infested. Very worse than Waterfront. So
Do you need people for that?
the facility likely can handle it by themselves. That is even if it is. I could probably ask Hound and he'll give me a yes or no if the collider even works.
Okay.
Either that or... And then I have to run all of this through Nines anyways. Because Nines is the head of the facility right now.
I ran through other options already, and it doesn't seem like we have many. The plan's not completely out the window. The bubble is still intact, which means some people can take refuge within it. However, the other side, we'll most likely have to evac the city.
Can we evac into the wastelands?
As far as I know, the wastelands are completely unaffected by anything the zombies did so far. And my storm is not raging there.
It's not far, at least. Might have a better capability of doing that than getting them anywhere else.
Projected data suggests that in about 2 weeks is when the bubble will become so unstable that the Mirac will need to evacuate. 2
2
weeks,
weeks.
to
They're not gonna
2 weeks,
evacuate.
likely. I know they won't, but
Yeah.
they'll need to
No.
at least redelegate their things and hire on more security. And before then, there's going to be fractures before that anyways. So, undead will come through. They'll have to deal with that security-wise. And if any crystals can develop, then APCUs and myself will need to go respond to that. I don't want I don't want to imagine someone down at the meat rack grabbing, eating a crystal for some reason. You know.
Yeah, that would suck.
Boosting the neutralizer 2 is not a good idea either. Given how Ethereum works, whenever you start to amass it, it becomes to cause problems. I mean, obviously, you know that from Waterfront. But the problem is that 2 reasons. Number one, whenever it starts to amass like that, it creates an EMF field. So boosting it, or an EMF, electromagnetic field. So basically,
Bean likes to eat a lot of things.
the problem is that
That is definitely
if it gets
danger.
boosted, that's when
Oh, hi,
unlikely
baby.
things happen. So
Thank
like
you for gift sub, Bean.
an explosion,
Oh,
summoning a bunch of
Have
undead
you
to
had
the
water?
location, turning
That's
everyone
good.
into the room into a bag of potatoes. The list goes on. The Dark Aether is not something that is fucked with, and the notes and
Well.
documentation that we have are slim, if any. There's like literally a book that we found. That in that book contains multiple different records of items that have been sent through the Dark Aether, through anomalies, and then brought back.
Oh, thank you,
Total
baby.
composition changes.
I'm
Anything
sorry.
from like a bag of rocks turning into a monkey, or a monkey turning into a bag of rocks. You know, you get what I mean. It changes things just totally on an atomic scale, which is why
When do you
this
plan to
is-
go to
we
bed
can't just
tonight?
tear a hole either. It's possible, but it's very, very unlikely that we would, you know,
It's not
going
your
in there,
fault.
you would just die.
I love you too.
I think we were well versed on that topic already.
Good. Right. So boosting it's not very ideal, and moving it is also not good either, because the machine wasn't designed to be moved. It's literally like flushed into the wall when we built it in. It is that thing is
Oh
stuck
no, they
there.
got a gun.
But because if
The
that
water
crystal
gun.
bumps around in the sides of the containers and whatnot as it's being moved and whatnot, and hell, even if it gets close, it could cause issues with the machine, damage it, or hell, even the previous options I mentioned, bag of potatoes. You know.
So in the short, we have 2 weeks to work with it unless that changes, pretty much.
Likely. And then the meat rack will be lost after that. But I'm hoping that we can have a solution here before then, far before then.
I mean, that's what we would hope.
We have our best working on it right now.
Yeah.
We don't really have time
And
to
if
just
it's an isotope,
take time on shit, sadly.
but we at least have the projected time for now. I've already notified Hamsky about the neutralizer. He knows how bad it is. And I suggested to him that he buffs up security. And Rogue and, well, I believe Venus is retired from the meat rack, but Rogue is now head of security. I think that's how that is. I really don't know about their hierarchy too much. But Rogue is a member of facility, so we should be mostly taken care of there at least in the meat rack status of everything. So we have functionally 2 weeks until shit hits the fan.
What? So, do we know if it's going to explode? Do we know if it's going to just shut down? Like, do we have to evacuate?
It'll just
them?
shut down. It'll just shut
Okay.
down. What's happening right now is the Ethereum isn't even working with the machine very well. It's the efficiency is what's declining, not the fuel. So it's just working as hard as it is but it's being less and less effective for the field. It's likely that there's more fractures that are going to appear in the field, which allows undead in, more dead zones, and then at some point there will be a large fracture within the field, which will allow a lot of undead, and that's when around the 25% mark, which is where I believe people need to be evacuated.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
I don't know that Cord is necessarily going to be involved in the big fight.
That's basically off of the
Evacuate.
neutralizer. Yes, it is.
It was always going
I
to
do
be.
believe at this point, evacuation is not a if question anymore, but rather a when.
I mean,
The only if part is if they're willing to leave. That's the if.
people aren't
We
willing to
cannot
leave.
account for
We
that, Jason.
can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I'm
there's two options here. We do it as soon as possible. So basically, as soon as we know if you can fix it or not. Or we do it later. The problem is later it'll cause more panic and people will lose more things. You know, people will be more.
The problem is also,
Panic.
the sooner we do it, the more likely the chances that the zombies will follow and infest the cities even more. Because right now, what
Right.
keeps them here is fresh food.
You're not wrong.
Am I right?
That is
Higgs?
fair. You are right. The meat rack is, I consider to be the last bastion of the waterfront. I think that if how many people that are there, I think if they were moved, then I'm pretty sure then the entire waterfront would fall very quickly.
Well, would you maybe? Is there something that we can do to maybe shield the meat rack, for example, for a long period of time without the neutralizer?
That
Like,
was the
for
purpose of the
example-
neutralizer. Fortunately.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't know. But
There
If
was
it
no
wasn't
other,
remotely a choice, Everest, then we wouldn't even have to talk about the neutralizer anymore to begin with.
Unfortunately.
I know,
no.
but
We have
I'm
we have
sorry, I'm just
personnel.
looking at other.
I mean, I know of something that can
Personal
technically make a
barriers like
really
the
big
ones
bubble
which takes
that
care of
we have a battery for,
being
but I
infected.
also haven't been fucking trained how to use it.
That is.
And it's
that's-
not
that's
mine,
the gist of
so-
it. That's all that we have really. Which
Yeah.
that's for on
Just that
scale
part.
for personnel only. You can't spread it in large areas. It just doesn't work.
Whole problem I have to fix. That one, that's still a problem I gotta fix.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking
In addition, to catch you up, Cordelia, I cut ties with Orlando Saka yesterday.
that explains some things. Okay.
Hmm. I was ready to listen, even though that was not my occupation over there. I was mainly there for groceries. But then I had police left and right to me. And at the end of the day, Clockwork Patty decided to, well, pester me again. Make threats. She also asked me to leave the city and I agreed to it. But then continued to call me a murder.
Hello?
That's
Well-
when I had enough.
At least you did the right thing. And then you tried to listen to him.
Our relations with Orlando Saka are temporarily over. I'll
For
leave
now.
that to my father.
I'm sure Sachi can fix it. There's nothing we can do. In this case, you tried. At least from what you're telling me.
I would highly suggest, if I may, just keep in contact with HOA at least.
HOA wants to see me dead.
Yeah.
We'll handle Orlando Saka when we can. Right now, we need to focus on this.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I want to vouch for them and care about them, right now, we need to worry about our home and our family.
We've given them the opportunity to evacuate. They've said no, whether they're stubborn
They're not going to accept our
or
help.
they don't want to see or they don't want to see their home destroyed again, like in Halloween last year. We've
It
reached out
wouldn't
to
be
them, we've tried to help
destroyed
them.
if they communicated
Yeah, I know.
like people.
I know. Stubborn, as I say.
Hopefully not.
They are not directly affected by the zombies, so the only problem that they see is me.
Yeah.
Because I am responsible for the thundercloud, which I could have never produced anywhere else. That's the problem.
Well,
You
tough
couldn't-
shit for them.
Couldn't. Yeah.
They fucked around, now they'll find out.
Is there? I'm wondering. Is there a reason why the cloud has to be above Orlando Saka? Aside from you said it has to be there. What's the reason? If I don't mind, if you don't mind me asking.
First of all, it's where I lived, so it was a good starting point. Second of all, the skies are clear. The clouds are very potent. They know how to travel. I could have never done it in Zafira. Look at our skies.
Yeah. Understandable. So, are you going? You said they can travel. What are you doing with them then?
I'm doing absolutely nothing anymore. I send in lightning, and I gave this lightning coordinations, and now it's traveling. I'm out of the deal.
So,
The storm isn't
clouds are
going to
moving.
move until it's time for it to move. It's been given its
okay.
orders, and it's going to fulfill them.
Okay.
It's on a hellbent path, and it's gonna burst when it bursts, in the location it's meant to.
Exactly.
Right.
Which isn't Orlando
It's
Saka.
not in Orlando
That's
Saka.
here.
Yeah, no.
It's just kind of.
Essentially, it will expel so
Bang.
much energy that the thundercloud itself will
Wispy!
ultimately be destroyed through its own
Wispy,
force.
I love you. He's my best friend. I love you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I get it,
Cord's
maybe.
Cord's dealing with stuff. Cord's
Hmm.
dealing with stuff.
What I don't understand is that you're going to burst it here, right? So why is Alandasaka going up in flames about the lightning where it's not even affecting?
No. It is affecting them. You can't tell the clouds to just burst at one point. It's gonna take the entire route. That accounts for Orlando Saka and everything that is between Zafira and Orlando Saka and the waterfront. But my plan had holes. Now they don't want to evac. I can't do anything about that.
I doubt that there's much any of us can. But
And I'm not going to, well, remove the cloud, because then we will have to compensate for it and use real people instead.
Right.
The loss will be far greater.
Okay. On another note, the Apex Orda.
Yeah, Cordelia's gotten a lot more responsible lately.
It was sighted last Tuesday.
Also, Cord's missing a
The
hand.
good news about that.
I don't know if you heard about
I
that, Christy.
told
Oh, wait, I showed you. I
haven't
showed you the
told
hand.
anyone
Never
else
mind.
Aside from that,
You know
really.
about the hand.
I believe it to be a
Now I textured it. And it's modeled.
good sign that
I
we're
love-
seeing Primal Ethereum. If we're seeing Primal Ethereum, it means we're close. Very close. It's like seeing seagulls. It means you're near the shore, you know? So, with that, it's a good thing. Now, however, these primal Ethereum-powered creatures, if we begin to see more of them, they are nigh unstoppable, is also a problem. Now, we did see that it is possible to take them down with a concentrated fire of everyone working together on Tuesday, and with your thrashers, which was interesting to see. It was possible, it seems, to at least take it down. However, that took nearly 2.5 hours of straight combat and running from it and etc. Taking samples of it is not viable, and in fact, I would say if you take samples of it, it might kill you. So I would highly dissuade that anyone in Purple Lotus tries that.
I mean,
killed me.
From what
And,
you said, that's not the thing we need, right?
Correct, yes. Now, it is also important to note, the fucker who took Sachi was also using Primal Ethereum.
Oh,
So there's
that's
some kind of connection there.
fun.
I don't know what exactly it is, but Hound has hardly any documentation about it, and this guy was built to try to, store it away.
We also
Definitely
said
think
that
with it.
the Apex Order, it existing, could possibly mean that. What did we say? Sachi could have a possibility of coming out, or he's like close or something. What did we say something about that?
I'm unsure, really. I don't know if it has any correlation with Sachi or not. I don't know if it does. Also, there was an Orda, I believe a few weeks back, who there had been reports of had been talking like Sachi. I believe this is Big Purple fucking with us. There shouldn't be any connection there.
And
If anything,
and
Sachi
that
right now is
als-
infected, and
Yes.
it's Big Purple wriggling around in his mind and pulling memories to try to fuck with us with. Yeah. That's something else, by the way. You know how we were talking about my amulet the other day, Athena? Depending on what happens, and depending on how long we have, I don't know how long Sachi will be able to keep it together. If he's brought back here, there's a very high chance he'll be more infected than I am. If that's the case, then he needs to wear the amulet.
Is there a way that we can create another amulet for yourself?
Jackal's the only one who created it, he's dead. It's also got a piece of the elemental shard within it.
Okay, right.
The elemental shard is another whole conversation that I don't know a lot about. But it helps stave off the aether infection. And additionally, it is currently being held by our most infected in the facility right now. Without it, I believe he would probably turn.
I know what that means. I'll have to play games with Gregor.
Likely. Should be careful. Regardless.
Don't get me wrong. I hate doing this. I think
I understand your reason for. I get it.
playing around something or behind someone's back is a huge waste of time. But this is leaving me no choice. This information simply cannot leave this room. If Gregor finds out, we're gonna lose his army. I hope you know that.
Indeed.
I don't intend on talking with him.
I don't intend
It's
to
not
talk to
about
anybody
that.
about this stuff.
Anybody. Exactly.
Exactly. If one
Um,
wrong person finds out, this can make the rounds pretty quickly.
it's also very likely that after we get a time to figure out how to, depending on what happens, even if the amulet has to be given to Sachi, then it is likely that we will need to take the amulet back anyways, as it has a piece of Janus within it. If it has a piece of Janus within it, then it means it's probably necessary to bring him back, which would mean that he can rip the Aether anyways out of Sachi, and myself included.
I see.
Which is probably why. Big Purple, you said he was afraid of the amulet? It's probably why.
I know you guys like to offer your help to me, but once it comes to that point, the thing with Gregor, I'm gonna do that alone.
I kind of
It's
expect you to.
extremely dangerous. Go ahead, Cord.
You're the person who has had conversations with him before. I don't know that he's gonna trust anybody else being with you.
Please, at least tell me you have a backup plan, though, right?
I always do, Everest. You know that.
Exactly. Just wanted to make sure.
If you make a big plan like this, you don't make it without making a backup plan.
Yeah.
I mean, you're referring to the
figured.
conduit.
The conduit and many other things, but I can't rely on the conduit at its current state because, from what I heard, the relic was being neglected and something happens. I'm unsure what that is.
Kind
still
of
yet to
talked a
have to
little
find
bit
out.
about that yesterday.
I don't know what, I don't know how, but that's why I suggested that Miss Q comes tomorrow. And from what I understand, Ebb and Flow also expressed that to you. A lot of moving parts this one. A lot of moving parts this plan has. Ugh.
It's necessary to keep a cool head during these times. And I feel a lot better already. Not have anyone around me try to actively make me angry. I don't think I've ever felt this relaxed. Ever.
Well, it does help if you're not having an annoying thing poke at you the entire time. And that can cause a little bit of aggression. That's why they call it
Yeah, like
poking a
Fable
bear.
not using her name.
What? What?
Well, Fable went and talked to her yesterday and didn't want to use her name.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
You might have to punch your brother. It'll make me happy.
So
Okay.
he was referring to you when he spoke of his sister.
1 second, Umber's talking in my head. Okay, thank you, Del.
Hmm.
Sorry, what? I missed like 90% of that.
Oh, I said that Fable refused to call her by her name.
Well, me? Why?
Yes, you.
Athena.
I mean, I'm his only sister, so.
I was unaware of that. I
Unless
didn't
he
even
got a
know
new
who
one.
Fable was to begin with.
He's
That
my
wouldn't
brother.
surprise
but
me.
He's a problem child. We haven't had the best relationship lately.
Hmm. That makes sense.
He tends to play hero a lot.
Just like Patty.
Well,
Yep.
at least Patty has a set of rules that you can expect.
Normal Patty, not clockwork.
Even
Don't you never
Clockwork
wear
Patty,
her
you can
shirt.
roughly expect how she's going to react. I knew she was going to continue to poke the bear. Fable, you can't fucking tell what he's
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute he's a hero, the next minute he's not.
Not wrong.
Well, I do know that he's in deep relation with my father, but you know me. I don't know him. I don't trust him.
Yeah.
I mean, with his latest actions, I don't think a lot of people trust him.
What else has he done lately? I'll ask you later.
I'm just referring to the whole list of things. I mean, to be honest, I haven't heard anything
Recent, but you know what I'm referring to.
Okay.
He's been spending a considerable amount of time at a project Tim and I have been working on together. That and other things, I don't know what he does.
I almost died again recently, so that's fine.
I didn't know that.
I'm surprised he's standing,
So I
actually.
heard. 3 months of hospital, right?
Yeah, he's flesh now.
Oh,
Like,
I know
all
what
the
you're
way.
talking about.
Except he's still massively heavy. So I'm not sure how he's even alive.
Hmm.
Court doesn't really know Lila very well.
So do we all agree on evacuating the city when it comes to that?
We're talking about what people remain in the water district, or in what city in specific?
Well, we're talking about Zafira City.
If it's the entire
Yeah.
city, we need to talk to other council members.
Yeah, we don't have the call on that.
Everything that goes from Orlando-Saka to the waterfront, pretty much. I don't know exactly what's in the way.
Honestly, if it was up to me, I would notify them regardless. I would take precautions. You know, lightning is lightning.
Yeah, there might be
Tried to
a
speak to
mean-
Malleus.
blackout.
He never wanted to show up.
I feel like Zephyrid itself
Might be kind of fine, other than like if you're caught out.
Should at least tell, God, need him. Nemesis. I think he's over the waterfront district, right? Isn't he?
Yeah.
So you should at least probably talk to him.
Well, let's be honest. If
If the cloud approaches from the actual waterfront through the water, You don't have to evacuate the city. It would already be in the water district itself.
That's true, though like I said, I do not know what is in between Orlando Saka and the waterfront. I don't exactly know how the cloud is traveling here.
And not only that, we don't know if the cloud is going to continue through the waterfront as well.
No, she said it's gonna burst and destroy itself. So we do know that.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
You gotta listen.
Use your ears.
It's hard to.
I can try and look at maps and see if I can determine any potential courses. I assume
Well,
it'll probably go
it's
for the
also-
fastest course, right?
Since we're already bringing this up,
The
the
linear
other
route.
thing,
Then I'll look into it. I'll work with you later on it.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, this brings up the other subject. One reason I wanted her here is we kind of talked about bringing Kane back for temporary.
and you're probably the easiest person I can know of to contact him.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't-
still work for KNL. So yes.
Yeah, I know you do.
So
So that's the other thing is,
Like I do
if we're gonna go through with that, and we want him here tomorrow,
We might want to push forward with that.
Yes.
Because that would be an important announcement tomorrow to make. That way,
I have a bad
they know
feeling
he's
about Runic.
back temporary.
Oh.
Something about Runic just spreads bad energy.
Sam?
Interesting.
You good, bud?
Would like to have Kane here instead.
I don't know if we can do instead,
well-
but we can at least get him here.
Yeah, because Runic will be here and listening no matter what, unfortunately. Because I was gonna hold the meeting here.
I mean,
But-
no, we could power him down.
I know that
No.
Kane can influence Runic, though.
They
Good point.
they have his administrator code.
codes. Of course, they could power him down. What do you mean, no?
I didn't think there was a way to completely power
I
him
did.
down. Okay. Oh, okay.
I did
That's
give
new.
Kane the administrative rights to take control over Runic.
Interesting.
So from my understanding, he can do with him whatever he wants.
Yeah, you can. True. And who knows, maybe having
Kane in two places at once might be better, but we'll see.
Yeah. I personally, this kind of like a me issue. I do worry about the morale, about bringing Kane here, but I
That
do
is
think
a big
it is
thing.
important over morale. Yeah, in my honest opinion. I
Which again brings
The subject of tomorrow's meeting. We probably don't want to have her say that, because people already want to distrust her. So that brings it to you.
I can do it.
I mean, just remember we're only working together until
Until Sachi's back. And then what Sachi wants to do from there is up to him.
His banishment shall continue afterwards.
either banishment or maybe
Sachi will see
Sachi comes
leniency
back,
since
it,
he helped.
It might
Who
be
knows?
important to maybe put him through some kind of rehabilitation.
Yeah.
I don't know
Rehabilitation
exactly
for
what he's
what?
going through, but I know it's the Dark Aether. It's probably not good on his psyche.
Oh.
yeah.
actually going to-
Yeah.
Just because he's back doesn't mean he's going to be himself.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
I've been to the Dark Aether a month. It was a day for everyone else, but it was a month for me. I don't like thinking about it. It's not good. Every waking moment's a fight.
Well,
And
let's
everything
maybe
else is tries to
continue
kill
the
you, rip your soul out of your
progressive
body.
parts of this meeting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Try not to get too focused on that stuff, because then we're all gonna get less morale, and we kind of need that. What else do we need to talk about?
Is there any other information you need from facility?
I don't believe so. That unless someone had a question.
The neutralizer was the most important part because it can cause a lot of devastation if it's.
Tampered with or adjusted or
Yeah.
A whole lot of
Adjusted,
stuff.
tampered with,
Anything in between. Touched, moved, prodded.
But also, we kind of need it.
Hamsky tries to cook a potato on it.
I really hope he doesn't.
I do believe Orlando Saka is starting to try to interfere with the cloud. What are we gonna do about that?
What happens if they do interfere with it?
Well, if they successfully rip a hole into it, the whole thing might collapse.
Is there a way we could maybe...
Hurry the cloud along faster. That way it's out of Orlando Saka.
Has anyone told you folks about the kaiju? I've heard very
No,
little about
yeah.
it.
I heard about him
I
yesterday,
heard
but I
about
heard
it,
nothing
yeah.
else. Like that. Again, someone said kaiju, and that was it.
There wasn't just one, apparently. There were multiple. Multiple kaijus that are waking up and being angry because...
They
you know,
sense a power
the-
source,
the
and because they're
natural-
kaiju,
Yeah.
they sense a power source and they want to go fight it. But that's nothing. We
yeah.
literally can't do anything about it right now. All we can do.
So, to make it short, there's a core. That one cloud I infused with my lightning, right above my cafe. That's exactly why the cloud doesn't move. It just grows. I cannot make it move.
When will it move?
Well, I do have a suggestion to
It
maybe make it grow
Won't move,
faster.
but like I said, it will destroy itself at the end of the task.
So it's gonna stay above Orlando Saka? No matter what? I thought you said it was supposed to
Until-
move.
No, I never said that.
Oh.
It's growing into the direction of Zafira City,
Oh.
Oh.
not actually
Oh.
moving.
How long until it gets here?
I think we're not too far off of that. It might happen soon.
Hello?
Then all we can do is hope that they don't fuck it up, unless we want to go and fuck around and find out.
My suggestion is, well, I use water, and putting water in the clouds makes it grow quicker, right? Can do that.
That does make sense.
More water creates more friction, creates more static, which is what.
They
those
could help
are.
with that.
Sounds good.
I mean, I can't produce anywhere near as much as, like, someone who's more proficient in magic can, but I can try. I've been
Any-
practicing.
Any helps?
I can't put a fuckload of steam in the air. That might help.
That helps. It does help.
Yeah, I can do that.
But yeah, if you had a
The
place to
exact
be,
help that I could need, as I read in my diary that in the past I tried to learn water magic but horribly failed.
I'm going to go take care of some business. I got a busy day ahead of me.
Yeah,
If you
I
folks
gotta
need
go
anything
do
else,
that too.
then feel free. You have my card. I have your number. You have my
Yeah.
number, likewise.
Yeah.
Just contact me if you need. Either me or Nines would be best.
You want to get to work on the maps? Probably be best if we know which direction it's
Thanks
going.
for coming, Higgs.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, direction. Well, I mean,
Well, because then we know where to put the
Apparently
water.
at this point it's going everywhere, but yeah.
Then we know which way to put the water.
Yeah.
It's like a multifaceted, helpful thing.
The only problem
Thank
is
you.
that
That's mine.
guess where we have to be
Give me my
to
metal
put the
one.
water into the clouds.
Oh, I know.
And if they find out that we're doing this, we're gonna become #1 enemy.
Well, if it's already reached, does it have to be? Do you think we have to put it in the center,
Whoosh.
or can we put it?
I'm unsure.
We
I
could
never tried it this way.
do a test on the outskirts,
Could do it.
and if that doesn't work very well, or if it does a little bit but not very much, then we can try the center. I would think you would start at the edges because we're trying to grow the edges, not the center. I mean, that just makes sense to me.
If we just
does.
push it toward, if we just push it in the direction.
I mean, if you
towards
made the
VRCRP.
center grow, it might go out of control in Orlando soccer too. So that might be a bad idea.
That's a good point.
Notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right.
Ugh.
Well, I'll see you guys tonight. If not,
Yep.
tomorrow at the meeting.
I guess that also brings up the whole question is tomorrow at the meeting, did you want to potentially go over what we're gonna talk about? That way no one says anything we're not supposed to.
We can't talk about the amulet at all.
How
No, that's a given.
we can?
And we shouldn't talk about too much about Sachi's state of coming back or anything else. Because that might demoralize people.
Yeah,
I could imagine it would.
probably. While we're working on the map stuff, we could try and write up something of like rules of what to say and what not to say, and then send it out to the entire inner circle.
No inner circle. I don't like that.
Okay, so just us and Everest.
Well, no,
hopefully.
we work with everybody. But
No, I mean
mean,
like of what not to say
keep
and
it
what
to
to
the-
say
Well, yeah. but,
for
I
the
mean,
people who know the information.
I don't like the inner circle thing because that was weird the other day.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. That was
If I
weird.
think about it, I don't think I even know who's all in the inner circle. I've never been informed.
Exactly, and the inner circle are the people that try to coup you. So
Yeah,
That's
I
about
mean,
it.
I don't like them. I don't like that whole situation very much. So maybe we just keep it to you, me, him, and Everest.
Speaking of coups,
Is Higgs coming? Should we tell Higgs what not to say?
I think Higgs is coming, but Higgs is not dumb.
Okay.
I don't think.
Higgs is not dumb, but
Maybe.
he's also iffy. Let's just say
I mean,
he
just
followed me around in Orlando Soccer.
just to be safe, couldn't be a bad idea to include him in that
I mean,
memo. Is
to
that a
be fair
memo?
with you, when I saw him in Orlando Soccer, he thought the meeting was supposed to be yesterday. Maybe that's why I was following you.
Maybe.
Yeah, he thought this meeting was yesterday.
Okay.
Because I asked him when I invited both of you to talk about what information I got. Which came through Higgs, which he works directly with the device, so it makes sense.
Well, I'm gonna get to work on the maps. You want to do it in the office here or somewhere else?
Wherever you feel more comfortable, I don't really mind.
I mean, if you want, you can wait a day until Kane comes back, because he'll be able to do all the computery stuff and probably make a better map.
I don't want to wait too long on this. We can try and start on it, and if we don't get
Sure.
very far, we can wait for Kane.
Yeah, well, I'm at this point it's just a day, but yeah. That's
But I
understandable.
also mean it can't be that hard to get maps. Like
yeah,
we have like a
I mean,
bajillion satellites. There's got to be like imagery of where everything is.
Yeah,
Yeah, they should be.
That's very true.
Like, it can't be that hard.
Also, like, it's not like just pulling up a map and drawing a circle. You have to figure out and track where the storm is, the rate it's moving, where is it gonna hit when, where
Well-
we need to evacuate when.
Well, if I'm thinking about it as the fastest course to get from here to there, that's not that hard. It's like drawing a straight line. Can't be
Yeah,
be that
you
hard.
know what, the rate the storm is growing. And
No.
If Everest and you help it along, do you know what a race?
We don't know
that's
how
gonna make
fast
it
it's.
move?
We don't know how fast it's gonna get here, but we can figure out. That's not the point. We're trying to figure out where, like, what route it is taking to get here. If it's gonna take a
Yeah,
loopy
but, I
path, or
mean,
like,
depending on
what
the
is in
speed of it-
between? How many people
but
are we having to
depending on the sp-
evacuate?
Depending on the speed of it is depending on
Okay,
when we
I'll
have to
look.
evacuate the
Okay,
people.
I'll look up fucking storm shit. I don't know. You think Kane knows that shit? I don't think Kane is a fucking.
He can tap
Weather
into the
wizard.
satellite and check the speed of it. Yes, he can measure the speed.
Okay, well, I'm at least gonna try and do this shit. If we need more, then we'll talk to Kane after.
Yeah.
Maybe we could
All right,
contact
you
the
two
weather
can
station.
take a seat already. I need to jump into the water real quick.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool off.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna work. Very quietly work.
Yeah. That's the office with no one in it. But the inner circle stuff, I think.
I don't want to worry about them.
I think it's.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
I just thought it's not a good idea to bring
Yeah.
everybody in right away. Because I saw your
There's-
inner circle. They excluded me. They kicked me out of the room.
I didn't really.
And there's
Most
people
of
in there.
most of them didn't help. I think Slade can help us.
Slade can help, but
He's a lot
he's
smarter
also
than people give him
take-
credit.
Oh, I understand that, but he's also newer staff, so there's a trust in there as well. That has
I
to be
guess
built.
that's fair, but he knows a lot about.
But I
like,
mean,
I think
Yeah.
him having some kind of I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
no,
I don't want to talk
again,
about it
there's-
without her being here.
Yeah, well, his girlfriend's also bar staff, which I don't know why she was in there. She really doesn't have a whole lot of experience from what I've seen, but knows?
She's I don't know. She probably has more experience than we think. Just maybe not a
Most
ton.
likely.
We just don't know her very well.
well, I mean, look at the progress we've made, and they didn't even want to work with her at all or talk to her. I'm being fair with you. Like, they were very quick to jump aboard the wagon of,
Yeah, I agree.
hey, let's take control.
They also didn't want to listen to me when I kept telling them, repercussions are a thing. But
Yeah.
just trying to work with what we have.
Right now, repercussions is something that we're being very lenient with.
Well, that's because the repercussions have already reaped themselves.
Especially that Jack fella.
Well, Jack was taking time off.
Yeah. Oh, I contacted. What was it? I told Red to contact David for me. That way I know he had conflict with Athena before, but I'm looking to hopefully talk to him. I know he was
Who?
quite trusted by Sachi. David? I know he
Ah.
was very opposed about working with Malleus. And, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember he outright tried to, well, forbid me to do that.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people were open for negotiations, though.
We'll see who shows up to the meeting.
Hopefully we can try to get people to talk. Well, I don't know if David will show up. I heard he's been in the hospital for quite a while.
Doesn't necessarily sound like we need to worry about him if he's in the hospital. He should probably stay there.
Hmm.
I mean, he's an asset to them. You know, he could help, but
It's more of manpower.
I guess so, yeah.
Holy!
Emo Healer, thank you so much for subbing.
Also,
Or
regarding
not
the
subbing,
maps,
the
I
raid. God,
suppose
fuck,
we could
I can't
potentially
today.
call someone to
Sorry,
give
today was
us
a very
some
long day.
information, if you get what I mean.
Thank you for the raid, Emo Healer.
yeah.
Oh god. How you
No,
doing?
I mean,
Hope you had a good stream.
oh, I guess this one's
I believe
one to
that
bring
is
up.
danger.
I talked to,
Oh, and there's a
Uh,
subby. Thank you,
Lynn.
Lyle.
and she will be at the meeting tomorrow as well, so we will be able to talk to her tomorrow.
Then
Please don't do anything rash. I promise she would be okay as long as she's within the Lotus.
Well, and as long as she doesn't do anything. But I doubt she will.
Well, I also told her her
Golems have to stay far away from Athena, so.
and she agreed to it. So,
what did she do with the golems?
Do with them?
Yeah.
She told them to basically wait outside and gave them orders to no longer self-destruct.
That's not what I mean, JC.
Thank God.
I don't think Lena's just keeping them around as little friends, is she?
I mean, she gives them orders and they listen. And I've heard she's linked to them,
But I don't know how. But that is a question for tomorrow.
because I don't know the whole story.
Linked.
She's hive-minded with them.
Yeah, she gives those.
So they keep
golems
saying that they're
order,
Sachi and they're
they
Lin.
seem to have to listen.
That's exactly why she hid from me.
Yeah, that's we talked about it before. She could probably feel all the same things as the
Yeah,
flesh golems.
we did bring that up last time. I did ask on that question.
And no, she can't feel their pain.
Oh,
but
well, that's
she
good.
Can, emotions, yes, but
Oh.
no.
The pain is the important part, honestly.
But she knows in very vivid detail of what you've done to them, is the way she put it.
I see.
I'm gonna get some like books for this shit because I'm a little confused. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
I'll be trying to get in contact with one of my lilacs.
All right. Call me if anything happens. I shouldn't be that long.
Okay.
I just need to find some of my books on this shit. I have some.
Oh.
Only reading. But actually, it's time for me to switch over to Aegis, and then I go to sleep. I don't have a ton of time for RP today. Yeah, I gotta go Aegis. I go be a bird. Howdy. How you doing, Dominic? Probably not very long. I'm probably gonna get off before 12, so that way I have some time to, do chores and wind down after RP before I have to go to sleep at 1. Which is why I'm intending to go from the start, so I can go for maybe an hour or 2. And then go from there. Aegis is always kind of iffy how long I'm gonna stay. Like, if there's a lot of people there to talk to, I might stay a couple of hours. If there's, like, nobody that Calliope talks to, might just be, like, half an hour. So, we'll have to see. Because I have work tomorrow. Let me check who the host is for the lobby. Okay, that would be Rock. Sippy water. Sippy water. Water's so nice. I love water. Oh, he made the mistake. I had lunch and water today, and a snack when I got home.